Hello. Hi. Oh my goodness. Look at this horrible lighting. Okay. Back in the saddle. Let me just check my. Oh, good. Guess my audio's working. Hi. Nice to see you. Today is in the United States known as Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving or the day after that Turkey Day. And so I am, as I mentioned before, I wanted to come on to do some thank you cards. I was sitting and writing out thank you cards for the people who had donated, contributed, given money to help support me during the last 2 months while I was making my recovery in New England and then my journey back here to Minnesota, where I'm at right now. I'm in Minnesota, as you can see. And so I wanted to do something to say thank you to all of you who have supported me and especially so I traditionally, like a traditional person thinking, I'm like, oh, I'll get thank you cards. So I bought gratitude cards that say with gratitude. And I thought, oh, I'll send these to people. Well, my brain hasn't, my brain and the medicine and all that stuff. I couldn't, like, to try to be organized to do that. It was a good thought, but it just didn't, I just couldn't execute that. So I thought, there's a better way for me to do thank yous, and that is using card decks, like psychic reading card decks. You know how you see that all the time? Like people, all sorts of people are using card decks, which are great tools, by the way, intuitively, and also just for your positive attitude. Okay. There's affirmation cards. There's so many decks that I will have in the link to this video that I recommend. Denise Linn cards, which I have here on my counter, and I'll grab those. These are Kyle Gray cards. There's a lot of resources you can use that aren't just tarot decks. And tarot can be kind of intimidating because it's a whole lineage and you have to kind of understand it and blah, blah, blah. No, I don't use like traditional tarot decks or anything like that, because I believe that intuition and spiritual connection and connection to your spirit and guidance from your inner wisdom has to be easy, or you're not going to do it. And it has to be applicable to your daily life. It's not about escapism. It's not about distraction. It's about application, right? So we're going to do some cards to say thank you to everybody who contributed. I had some very generous, very like to the point where I was like, oh my God, who would give somebody that you don't even know $500 or $1,000 or $200 or, or $20 or $10? Like, who would like do that? And I'm like, well, I would do that. If I had the means, I would do that. And so, and then it just kept me feeling like, oh my God, like I felt like what I do matters, and not that I didn't feel like that before, but it just really made me feel like a human being to you and not just like an entertainer or somebody that you can just pump for information, or you know what I mean? And let me be clear, I've had relationships with people and friends and things that I've had to end friendships because people just kind of, try to mine you for information all the time. And it's just not a balanced scenario. And so, and on like social media and YouTube, that can happen, too, I think, where people can kind of just suck your energy. You know what I mean? And so I just was like, oh my God, like when it really mattered, people showed up for me. And I appreciate that because it helped pay for so many unexpected expenses. Now, I'm just talking about my travel and my hotel costs and my rental car costs and all that. So thank God. Thank you for helping with that. I'm not talking about the healthcare costs. Haven't gotten those yet. I think we got one bill and it was like 250,000 or something like that. But that was before medical insurance went through. So luckily for me, I am a privileged person that has medical insurance, and not everybody has that. So I know that. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to stress about it. Just wait. It's the cost of being alive, I guess, for me. So let's do some cards to say thank you. Originally, I was going to be, I'm not so organized, you guys, right now. My brain is just with the medicine and the bypass still. I still have what they call pump head, which is like short-term memory. And there's some things that I just don't remember, like saying or doing or whatever. So if I've had conversations with you and I say, like, I'm like, what? I said that? Like, especially early after, like the first 3 weeks after the surgery, I might have said weird stuff or stuff that I maybe didn't mean or maybe unfiltered. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't. Or maybe I didn't make sense. That's normal because they call it pump head, because when you're on bypass too long, it deprives your brain of the regular circulation and all that it normally has on its own from the body, and just doesn't have that activity. So it creates gaps and stuff. And so it's just weird, and it just lingers for a while. And hopefully for me, hopefully it'll come back. It's already started to come back. I started to click in, and so that's helped, but not perfect yet, just so you know. And I do get tired, and mentally and physically, and so it's just a thing. But so I tried to write down everybody's initial, the first initial for everybody that donated or contributed. So I can, and I was originally thinking I would just do everybody, like do groups and stuff. And I'm like, that is too much work for me right now. So I just don't know if I have the stamina to do it. So I'm just going to do a big thank you cards for everybody. But I'm going to list all the initials for everybody so you can at least feel your energy vibe for my thank you. And I'm looking at the chat window right now. I also want to make mention that I did have to cancel in October, Inspiring Psychic Experience group. I do host groups, like a kind of a gallery reading group. It's not for afterlife celebrity channeling. It's for personal psychic readings. And I do a little channel like message, and then we have a conversation, and people ask questions, and then I tap in and stuff like that. So, and it's not usually mediumship that I do in those either. It's just really for like insight, psychic guidance, okay, guidance and insight. And so I had to cancel one for October, obviously, for obvious reasons. I was like in the ICU. And so that I am rescheduling. So if you were in that group, you'll get a notice. I'm rescheduling it for December 19th. December 19th, right before the winter solstice. I think that's a great time for us to reconvene. So we're going to do that small group. There is room for other people. If you want to join, you can register for that, and that will be linked to this video once it is live, once it is posted after the live stream is done. So you can go back in and you can register for that if you want to. And again, that's a group, psychic group experience. You're not guaranteed a reading or a private reading or anything. It's just part of the connection. It's usually about 90 minutes long. It depends on what my stamina is like. I think by then I should be pretty damn good, let me just say. But I also know what to do to get my energy up. And so I'm obviously limiting my psychic readings. I haven't started working again as a coach either. So I'll be doing that, I think, in December here in the next week or two. But I really have to limit my sessions with people. Probably one a day is what I'll be able to do. So if you're a current client and we have to rebook from November or October, we'll be doing that here then for December for you. Okay. So, and then as far as new clients go, if you're a current client, I will book with you for December. Again, very very one a day kind of thing. And then in January, same thing. If you're a current client, you can get in with me in January. If you're not a current client, you haven't had session with me in the last, 5 or 6 months, and you want to get on my schedule for the new year, then you can get on a wait list. And I will be accepting clients for February, March, and April. So planning ahead for that. So that's coming as well, if you want that. Okay, so let me say hello to my little chat friends. And then I'm going to start my readings with you. Hey, Anna. Hi, 18 Muses. I can't remember your name. Your legit regular name. Sorry. Nancy, nice to see you. Elizabeth, nice to see you as well. Hello, everyone. Those of us who are not shopping right now. Yeah, I'm just not, you guys, I'm not into it. I'm just not into it. What's the point of that, kind of? Okay, that's how I feel anyway this year. I'm like, psh, I'm just happy to have a body and be alive, people. I don't need to spend money. Although I should give you guys tips on gifts, because being a person that has been very homebound and usually super active and doing things and not being able to do things, there have been some really sweet gifts people have given to me and sent me that I'm like, oh my God, these are amazing for people who are stuck at home. Anybody, all ages, could be a college kid, just want to be cozy college kid, or grandma in the nursing home or the care facility, or somebody that's recovering from something, or just somebody that just likes the cozy feel good vibe when it gets cold outside and they just want to cozy up and watch a movie, like that kind of thing. Like I got some really great gifts that I got. Plus I bought some things for myself as soon as I landed in Maine. I got an itchy nose. As soon as I landed in Maine, because I had my surgery in Massachusetts and I went to Maine to recover. And it sounds like far away, but it's not. It's like 2 hours. And I ordered some stuff for myself that are creature comforts for me that I think would be great, great gifts for people. Ooh. Speaking of that, I have some of my merchandise, my Ho Ho Hope mugs and t-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever, and also my Merry Feminist merchandise also linked below as well. So those are nice. Oh yeah, no kidding, right? Hi Sherry, nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you for the well wishes, you guys. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of the date. Yep. But I'm not doing that today. It's too hard to try to open up and channel in front of other people or large masses of people like on the internet, because you literally can get anybody. Anybody can pop in here right now and watch me. And it feels like that means like right now, because my healing in my body is so, so, so sacred and my cocooning is so sacred, I don't want to open myself up to that vulnerability of random people that don't care about me and are toying with psychicness and who think they're so, hip with the mediumship vibe, and they're really not. Their energy is funky and I don't need it in my space. So if I open up and channel some celebrity, you get a lot of people that are just playing and don't understand the true authenticity to which we here on Above Life channel work and operate and communicate and connect. And so it's just it's too squishy right now. And especially with the things in the state of the world and the things going on in the world exterior, it's just like as empaths, we're not as strong or shored up in our own beautiful sacred soccer balls of light. And so there's some things that I'm going to be hopefully helping to teach you and share with you in the new year about how to shore up our energies, not because we're afraid, but because we're so empowered with light inside of us that we can hold our space and still communicate and connect and care about the world and watch things on media that are appropriate, and then balance and step away when it's too much and connect with earth, and then come back in when we want to have intellectual dialogue and conversations or make an impact on the community or the world at large. We can balance these things, and there's healthy ways to do that. Right now, my energy is cocooned in a healing state. So I'm not going to channel even somebody that I know and trust like a Freddie. I'm not going to do that. I might do it in a small group of people at some point. I might offer that at a small group, but I'm not going to do it in a large group right now. There's no way. You could not, I don't want to say you could not pay me enough, but I would not. I mean, for what purpose? For some random people giving me a like? Woo, not worth it. No. Random people, no, not worth it. So I know you guys can appreciate that. Hey, Deja, college student girl, future healer helper. Nice to see you. Oh, my sister just called me. I wonder why she's calling me. I know that she is out shopping. I wonder what she is shopping. Maybe she got some deal or something. Oh my gosh. Maybe she got a deal. Anyway. Okay. So let's do thank yous. Okay, so here are all the people. And if I did not write your initial down, just know that it's not because I'm a big jerk butt. It's because my brain isn't totally functioning, and you know that I love you. Okay, all right. So this energy I'm calling in to do a psychic reading. We're going to bring in the energy of a group setting. And for all of you who are watching, you're welcome to be part of the energy around the perimeter. Okay, Archangel Michael's legions of light angels creating a beautiful, safe, and sacred space with a perimeter for those who choose to watch, but not to interfere, interject, or distract from the core of the energy of the group who are present. So, DR, thank you for the car. Because you're the one that you literally in one fell swoop paid for my vehicle that got me from the hospital with my sister to Maine. So thank you. Passion Pixie, thank you so much. You also assisted with the hotel and with the car, the secondary time. So I appreciate you so much. And thank you for the awesome fuzzy socks and the what do you call them? See, I can't. This is where my brain's going to pop up. You'll see. The socks that are tight, like for circulation. She bought me a pack of fun socks that are good for circulation so that when I was in the car doing the cross-country trip that I had something like that to help. Compression socks. There we go. Like nurses and stuff wear, but they have fun ones, you guys, now. So those are great. R, thank you to help with the hotel, one of the hotel rooms. A, there's going to be lots of A's, just so you guys know. This is one of the A's. Then TS. Then L in Florida. L with Lulu. Another L, thank you for touring. An E, an A, another L, a D and an M from Iowa. A T cousin, a J cousin, a C, a D, who's my bro, thank you very much, an N, an A from Tennessee, Tennessee, a P, and I wrote, I can't read what I wrote. Oh, I put wise woman crone. Thank you. K, another A with an A at the end. An R, another A with an A at the end, nurse in California. An H and a P and another M. And I'm sure there are others as well. I love you guys and I appreciate you. I also have, like I mentioned, other clients like E who said, hey, don't worry about it. It's okay. E and L specifically were like, just keep the money. We'll just move ahead when you're ready. So I'm like, oh, thank you. So thank you for that. I appreciate you guys. So you guys are all in this group here that we're calling in so we can do some energy of gratitude. This is all about gratitude. So I want to be able to connect to some places in your lives where you could use that energy of abundance, the amplification of the good, whether you're watching this or you're part of that group. I got 3 cards right away. For us to start with, I'm using the Kyle Gray deck, the angel deck from Kyle Gray. So we're going to start with the first card, which is Earth and Ground. So what that tells me, you guys, is that what we need to do right now in this energy space is ground ourselves, because it feels like there's some oogie boogies. There's definitely static in this field, you guys. I'm going to tell you that. I feel it a lot now. I am so, like, I was sensitive before all this happened. Now I'm really sensitive, like unbelievably off the fucking charts. And I swear a lot, and I don't even apologize anymore. So it's just the way it is. I don't have that filter. It just must have went away when they put that tube down my throat. You know, that's what happens when you get intubated. You just start swearing. I don't know, but I'm just going to say that. But there's a lot of static in the field nowadays, probably because there's so much in the world going on. There's so much feeling, and there's so much like this energy of like suffering, and the commonality of this like sadness and grief and misery and loss and fear of the unknown and the lack of stability and this kind of shocking kind of thing that happens, and things just get more and more shocking and shocking and shocking. And how do we come to terms with that? We don't, right? Because it doesn't make sense. Things don't make sense. They're not supposed to make sense. They're supposed to be like, what? To give us that opportunity for question to come into our alignment. So earth and ground, the most important thing right now is to connect to the earth, where you're at in your life, because that's when you make an impact. Where are you in your life? Right here, right now. So when I had my recent experience, the thing is, this is such a cool thing, and I'm so grateful for this. I knew that the people that I love know I love them. There's no question. They know. They know how much I care about them, how much they mean to me, and how much I love them. Right? And even people I haven't talked to for months, okay, they know how much I love them. Okay, they know. And so in this situation I was in, I didn't feel like, oh my God, I didn't tell them, I didn't do this, I didn't have any of those feelings at all. And so what I would like for you is to really understand that when you connect, this earth and ground energy isn't just a spiritual thing, it's a human thing. It's us giving ourselves permission to be present. And by being present, we acknowledge our life right now. It might not be what you want, okay? You really think I want it to be like this right now? No, okay? I can, like, my activity level isn't what I want. I'm not chilling with my homies like I want. It's hard. I can't do the stuff I want to do right now. But I get to be here. I get to be present. Okay. I get to be connected to the time that is now so that I can do what I need to do, that I can do. What can I do? Stop focusing on what you can't do. You can't help the people in Israel necessarily, like directly, except for by being the most beautiful, loving version of yourself and amplifying the energy of love connected to the earth on yourself, for yourself. Right? And then when there comes time and the opportunity to help and be in service, you can do that in lots of different ways. But even if you contribute or you donate or you get active, it's still not going to take the place of you being the version of yourself of the love in the world. Because part of why we're so connected to the sadness and the grief and the misery in the world is because of the sadness and the grief and the misery inside of you. So if you connect with the love and the compassion, and then you lead with that into the world, into your family, into your job, into your community, that's going to make such a difference energetically. The earth and ground energy of the grid on the earth grid and the earthly plane, you affect because you are energy. Do you see? This means your life right where you're at right now. It's like that that phrase, bloom where you're planted. Legit, this is true. And this is very yellow, which I'm going to tell you that the yellow energy surrounded my rib cage. Like I was telling one of my psychic friends, I said, ooh, I just got to chill for a second. I'm just getting a little too hyper. I was telling one of my psychic friends about how I could see my rib cage and it looked like a skeleton, like a Halloween skeleton, which that was right after my surgery, like 2 weeks, right? And it looked like a Halloween skeleton, and all the bones in my rib cage and my collarbones and stuff were just yellow. Archangel Gabriel, yellow. Solar plexus, spirit chakra, yellow. And I'm like, that's what this reminds me of. This earth and ground. It's the soul. It's our soul. It's our spirit. It's holding us. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Okay. All right. Next card is, compassion. Here we go. I love it when these fit together. Let me just pop over here quick and I'm going to open up the curtain so we can have some, and maybe I'll heat up my tea. You guys okay with that? Let's go ahead and heat up your tea if you want to. I've got tea and coffee, by the way. I got like 3 cups here. That's how it works these days. Because I forget. Okay, compassion. There we go. Oh, it's hard to pull stuff. Just a minute. Let me heat up my tea. I'm drinking green jasmine. Green jasmine tea. That's what we got here. Green jasmine tea. Green jasmine tea. And we've got compassion. And this is a lot of green energy. Now, the green energy is connected to what? To what? To what? Your heart chakra. So that's perfect. That's a nice match, isn't it? With the yellow. So earth and ground and compassion. See, and I just talk about that compassion? I did. See how psychic I am? Thank God I don't need to have like my analytical, logical brain to be psychic. Thank God. Really. Legit. So good. Okay. Oh, this one's good. Ooh. Ooh, this is a good card for all of my wonderful, generous people out there. Thank you so much for your love and support. Let me go grab my tea. Oh, I also want to say thank you for the cards. I got a couple of different cards here. In the back, there was a common theme. There were butterflies. That's like a PRD vibe. Thank you to my Prince friends and fam. Appreciate you guys. And I also got a beautiful gift box with healthy fruit in it. From somebody from my husband's work, which was great. I appreciate that, with cheese and stuff too. And that was nice for yesterday. And what else did I get? Oh, I got a journal, a beautiful little journal. It's perfect, a little pocket-sized journal, which you guys know I love journals. I actually got 2 journals. I got another one too. I got a devotional kind of journal thing too. All right, so just a minute here. Let me go grab my cup, my mug. I have cranberry tea too. I have cranberry tea, but I didn't make it because it's so red. Although I have a red shirt on, it'd probably be fine. Do you guys like my shirt? I got it at Target. It's a Target shirt. When I was driving from Maine to Minnesota, it says candy. Oh yeah, candy canes, candy corn, sugar. It's from Elf, the movie Elf. It's lightweight, so it's pretty nice. Because right now I can't I can't have anything too heavy and nothing scratchy because it's still my incision kind of itches, and so I'm like, which is a good thing, I guess. It's healing, right? And then I got these really great super great baggy sweatpants that were like $22 or something, so cheap, and they're so big and I love them. Like that's like the style, I guess. And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, when you're like sitting in the car driving across country and then you're like, yeah, that looks great. I want those. Yeah. Anything loungy, that was good. Okay, let's get the last card here of this first bout. Hi, Rebel. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Okay. So, this one's interesting. Okay. There's a little spiral going on here. And it kind of feels like I'm not sure what I want. I'm not sure. I'm trying to make a decision. I don't really know. I'm going back and forth. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting, you guys. So maybe that's where you're at. Maybe you're like, I don't know. I want to make a decision or I want to make a change. Maybe it's not a decision. Maybe it's not a decision so much. Maybe it's about making a change. Because we are nearing the end of a year. And when we near the end of the year, we get this opportunity to really crack off the old dead branches and let them go and burn them up, let them go, make them kindling. And every year we have that opportunity during the end of the year, but we also have that opportunity at the end of a month. And so we're nearing that as well. And we also have that opportunity for clearing or release and letting go of old patterns and cycles or starting to let loose of them, just softening them bit by bit when we have a full moon. And that is coming up on Monday. So there's a lot of energy that supports a change. So if you're in a place where you're in a change state or you're trying to create change or you're in a transition, even if you don't want to be, okay, because there's a really strong vibe in here, you guys, about not wanting to be. Feeling forced into a situation or circumstance, not wanting to be where you're at right now, just feeling really kind of defeated about that. Now, I can relate to that. Okay. I didn't ask for any of this, but what it's given me is an opportunity for a reset, to recalibrate, to realign, to review what my actual priorities are and my perspective on life. And I'm still working through that because of the trauma, the recent trauma I had, right? Because when you have that near-death experience, when you know you're in between the worlds and there's all this stuff that happens and there's these things and it's confusing and it's just, there's a lot. It's hard to then jump right into, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful to be alive. Everything's great now. It's not everything's great now. It's confusing. There's confusion. And so too, you might be in a state in your life very realistically where you're like heading into the holiday season and there's all this pressure to show up or to be the mom you needed to be or to be the parent you needed to be or to be the spouse you needed to be to get that perfect gift, or you're working extra hours and now you're sick because you've overdone it and now you can't work and now you can't even barely pay the bills, let alone buy the kids Christmas presents, or the cost of living and the cost of things is really high. And so you can't do the same old fancy dinner you used to do. And it was just a little thing that you always look forward to and you can't do it. I mean, there's all these things that feel like we're constantly falling short right now. And energetically, you might feel like you get into that state. And even if you realign and you're like, I'm good and I'm uplifted for a while, you kind of go back down again. It kind of gets, kind of go back down. It's like high tide, low tide vibes, right? And then you see all the crap, right? And so I guess what I would introduce for you is to understand that there's a balance. There is a gentle back and forth, and let it be gentle. Let it be like a rocking. Let your mood, let your attitude or your energy not be pulled. It's not like a tug of war, not the tug of war, but recognize that things are just swaying like you're on a boat and it's just gently kind of moving with the waves. Not to get you ocean sick, okay? Not motion sickness. Or like a rocking chair, just rocking side to side, like you're holding a baby and you're standing up and you're just rocking the baby just by gently rocking your body like that. And actually, that is a trauma-informed care technique. Rhythmic, repetitive movement like that, like rocking or that motion, actually helps to calm your nervous system. It helps that sympathetic nervous system to calm down. So it is a real technique you can use. So what we've got is we've got this image of this swirl energy that kind of goes back and forth and back and forth. And what is it, you guys? It's gold. It's that golden energy again. Archangel Gabriel, connection, communication, relationship, helps us to know that we are supported, we are held, we are loved, that there is a grand plan or a sacred plan. By the way, there's not like this magical fated plan, everything's charted out and oh my gosh, you just missed the boat, man. You went the wrong way, so now you're screwed. That's not what it is. It says sacred plan. It says sacred plan because everything, when you are in alignment, when you are showing up for life, when you are centered, when you are connected to the earth, when you are in an energetic of compassion and you're trying to love yourself, you're trying to be kind to yourself, you're trying to soften the edges of that critical energy that's in your mind that's telling you what an idiot you are and what a failure you are and how did you let this happen again, or how did you not do this, or especially if you're a parent, you do that a lot to yourself. You're really hard on yourself. And or if you're in a relationship pattern where you've repeated the pattern for the last like 3 people or whatever, you can be really critical or hard on yourself. Or if you're in addiction and then you have a pattern, you can just be really critical. And so it's natural to have that, but let us acknowledge that we have this beautiful golden light energy that is naturally available to you and let it move. It's almost like a little bit of a serpentine energy or a infinity sign kind of coming through. And it's offering this gentle sway, this calming energy in that solar plexus to your spirit, and it's really soothing to you and supportive of you during this transition time because it is a transition time. And you might be on that cusp of change, or you might be just out of a change, or you might have just got a whammy like job loss. And let's be clear, your change or your transition could be great. You could have just bought a house. How exciting. Or you could just be like one of my friends who's having a grandbaby. She's having a little baby girl grandbaby and she's so excited. Like that. It could be something good. But regardless of whether it's good or something that we perceive as good or something that we perceive as a hardship or suffering energy, it's all energy and it pulls us, and so instead of pulling like a tug of war, let's do a sway. Sway to the music, sway, just sway. Breathe with me as we do this. Sway, calming that empathic heart, and just sway. Move gently with life, with this change state. We are always changing. Our bodies are changing. There's always hope that we can create in a different way with a different rhythm. We can change a pattern or adjust our course at any time, anytime. There's a lot of hope here, everyone. Do you feel that? As we breathe in and exhale out, this is a sacred plan. It's sacred. And the plan is you have support. And the plan is you live. That's the plan. Are you sticking to the plan? What it looks like is totally up for grabs sometimes. That's where the transition comes. That's where the change comes. It looks different. And you might have in your mind this idea of what you thought life was going to be and look like. And it doesn't look like that. I did. For sure I did. I thought my life was going to be a certain way, and it's just not. Right now I'm in this place where I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, it's too late to buy life insurance now. And like, I don't like how I can't go get a job now. I had to quit the job I had, the little part-time job that was paying my rent. I had to quit that. I mean, thank God I'm not like out on my ass on the street or anything like that. I mean, I have place to live and stuff like that. But like all this stuff, everything is temporary. We're all in transition. So how do we find balance? How do we realign ourselves? How do we get back into a place where we feel strong enough to engage with life and know that it's not about winning or losing or just surviving. It's not about that. It's about living. What does that look like? And to me, like this year, it's really about the simplicity of things and the beauty. And not, I just, all of a sudden right now, I really hope it lasts, but I really just don't care about others' opinions or potential views or what they might think of me or my business or my work or whatever. I'm just like, that didn't matter when I was hooked up to machines. What mattered was the people who I love and my dear, dear friends and the people that came out in droves to support me and to send me emails, to send me messages of well wishes, to send me comments like you all have done. I mean, and to send me cards. And I mean, just so that's life. Those are the people that matter. It's like Brene Brown says, like people earn the right to hear your story. And when you're on social media and it's your business and it's the way that I build my business and my psychic coaching work that I do psychic coaching work, right? You don't just get one part of me, you get the whole of me. And so, I mean, I'm lucky that I can do a lot of different things. I have a lot of different skill sets and I intend to use them more fully. And not the way people necessarily want me to, or how I can make the most money or, all this. Like, I mean, I've had so much advice and business advice over the years, and I'm just like, I'm so glad I didn't take it. Because right now I'd be in a situation where I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to break everything and start over. I don't, because I've always been in integrity with myself and what feels good inside of my heart and inside of my soul, and now I intend to make a living, a very good living at it. I have to. Like, what other choice do I have? It's not like I can go work at Target right now. I can't even go back to corporate right now. My brain is just not, I don't have that capacity to get recertified and things. And I just don't have it. So what do? I can be psychic. I can be a coach. That's easy. I don't need my logical brain. Sounds so funny, but it's true. So anyway, it really means a lot to me, the love and support. And so thank you very, very much. I'm going to grab one of the Denise Linn cards, the purple ones for my PRD friends who loved and supported me. I know that they met and they had some conversations about how they could support me when I was in my early stages of the healing process. And I know that they were supporting each other. And so I love that it created community. I love that. My trauma created community. Okay, let's see here, guys. All righty. Okay, we're going to use the purple cards. These are the Sacred Traveler deck. These are beautiful and they're great texture, like they're thick. They're really good. Like they feel good. So these are Sacred Traveler by Denise Linn, Linn. These are in the link. They will be in the link when it goes live. This video goes live. And these are great. Anybody can use these. Anybody. You could give these to a friend and say, hey, these are really positive cards. Try these. Especially because now, like, being psychic is like this cool thing. It's kind of trendy. It's like yoga. Like, all of a sudden, everybody does it, right? Which isn't a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. But it's like, careful who you're paying to give you advice, though. Just be careful. Make sure that they actually legit are like clairvoyant or clairaudient or like they have the skills. Because you can just do this yourself. And you should be doing this yourself, my friends. You should be doing this yourself. Hello. All right. So here we go. I love this one. This one reminds me of Disney World. You guys, I need to go to Disney next year. Don't you think? I should have a retreat there. We should all meet there and have a big fun party. Wouldn't that be cool? I wonder if people would go if I did that. Let's have a party at Disney. Just show up and come to the party and then go to the parks one day together or something. Or go to Epcot and do the whole eat around the world. Wouldn't that be fun? But you wouldn't have to. You could just come to the party. All right. Reaching your destination, your light is shining bright. This is why it looks like Disney to me. Do you see that? Do you see that beautiful castle right there? Look at the castle. And see those little bubbles, you guys? Those are bubbles of thought, of dreams, of energy, of protection. You're safe while you're dreaming. And look at that beautiful butterfly. That's a little nod to my PRDs because I know you two, the two of you that sent me cards, sent me intentionally sent me cards with butterflies on it. I know that. So beautiful butterfly energy. Oh, just gorgeous. Look at that. Dreamy dreams, you guys. Reaching your destination. Hmm. Your light is shining brightly. It's interesting because the reaching your destination, that's interesting because maybe part of this card message is we've all reached our destination. It's life. We're living. We're alive. You're here. It's about being present. There's no destination. There's just the present. Ooh, is that really deep? Yeah, it kind of is, but it's true. It's true. There's just the present. All right. So that was that Denise Linn deck. We got the second one that came from that, which is answering the call. The time is now. Notice the colors on this one, yellow and green. The yellow, again, a nod to that solar plexus, beautiful spirit energy of your soul. When I say solar plexus, that's the chakra that's in your belly. That's where your intuition is. That beautiful little voice of God, if that's what you connect to, or creator source within you, your inner wisdom. See that? Look at that. Beautiful. This also is a nod, everyone, to a transition. Do you see how she's opening the door and she's going to step through past that stone wall out into the world? And it's very green there, lots of lush, abundant energy there. That green is also that heart, following your heart. Following your heart to what is true. And the time is now because the only time there is now. So, what is calling to you? What is calling to you? Is there something inside your heart that is calling to you? Maybe you should write that down in your journal. All right. Again, that's that Denise Linn Sacred Traveler deck. And here is the last card for today. Joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. Open your heart to joy. Didn't we just talk about the heart? Haven't we been talking about the heart? Oh, yes, we have. Ooh, hello, on so many different human and metaphysical levels, that heart, the empathic energy of your nature. Look at that sweet, pure child, that sweet, gentle, simple perspective. Look at that simple, beautiful little girl with the energy of that light. Look at that yellow golden light, that halo around the head. Wouldn't it be nice if we could not be so hard on ourselves and soften those thoughts and then just be open to that guidance of pure divine at that crown chakra, that beautiful golden yellow, so lovely. Joy and delight. You know, Abraham Hicks says, let the universe surprise and delight me. Esther said that in one of her channeling, and I remember that phrase. She was talking about, I think, the like traveling like at an airport or something, and that's why it sticks in my head because I've said that before. I'm like, okay, so instead of being stressed out and anxious about this traveling thing, I'm just going to be surprised by what happens, and I'm going to be surprised and delighted. I'm going to ask for, to meet unique people, to just see what happens. Let the universe surprise and delight me. So you get an upgrade, you get, a free appetizer while you're waiting for your flight, or even if your flight's delayed, you get some kind of voucher or something. Things happen that are just that make you smile. Like maybe you're sitting in the airport and you're waiting to board the plane and there's this little kid next to you and they're just cooing at you and smiling at you and you cannot help but smile back at them. Or maybe there's a dog, like not a service dog, but like somebody's little puppy, and you're like, oh my gosh, that looks just like my grandma's dog, and oh my gosh, so cute, da, da, da. And you have a whole conversation about your grandma's dog and the dog, and da, 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 and you have a whole memory lane thing. See what I'm saying? Surprise and delight you. So joy and delight. Open your heart and receive the joy. Receive the joy. Nice. Let's do a little deep breath in there for that heart chakra. Let's just pour that love as I say thank you to all of you who have contributed money so generously. Thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much that has helped because I mean, obviously, budgets and I mean, just like in my living situation, there's just so much. And so thank you. Thank you. And I don't know what the future is going to hold, and I just am so, so grateful for the now, for this moment, and for all of you that have supported me to get me home safely because I couldn't fly in an airplane. I couldn't do it because of the clotting risks. So I had to drive across country and stay in hotel rooms and eat out. And you know what I mean? It's just, it was a lot. But my sister took off work. She basically quit her job to come back out because she came out once when I was having the surgery, right after I had the surgery, and to be with me. And her job was not very understanding. And so then she gave her notice and said, fine, I'm done. I'm going to get my sister because once my sister can come home, she's well enough to travel. I'm going to get her. So she gave her notice and left. And then they were like, wait. And when she came back, they wanted to talk to her. And they were like doing whatever they could to try to keep her and this whole thing, so it was a whole thing. So it worked out really well for her actually. But I was like, "Oh my God, she quit her job for me." And I'm like, "This is a single mother, okay?" I mean, her kids are like in their 20s, but still, oh my God. I'm like, "Dude, I don't have the cash flow to just give you like, I can't." Oh my God. I was like, "Ah." But I'm also like, "It's gonna work out. We're both gonna be okay. We're gonna be like, we're not gonna be homeless. We're not gonna be home." You know what I mean? Like all these weird things go through your head, right? When you have all these what? What? Old patterns, old thoughts. So let's take a minute and let's feel into the energy of what is just pure and just goodness and just right now. And that joy and that delight and that just heartfelt energy like angels, that sweetness. Just that pure sense of love and compassion and kindness and tenderness and softness and gentleness and just sweetness in that heart space. Nice breath in. Breath out. Oh, coming back into center, releasing the chaos. Knowing that whatever has happened to bring us to this point in this moment in time is done. It's done. The good, the struggle, the challenges, it's just done. It's done. We're here now. So I'm going to rock back and forth a little bit to calm the nervous system down, to bring everything back into a sweet energy of flow and of harmony in that heart space. Nice breath in. Nice exhale out. Okay. All right. So I want to say hello to some of y'all here in the chat. Just a minute. I'm going to make this big over here on the side. Hi, guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Absolutely. You're welcome. Oh, hey, Nash. Nice to see you. Hi, Joanna. Thank you. Love back to Washington State. I love Washington State, too. I really do actually love Washington State. Very much I do, actually. All right. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching this gratitude live stream with my thank you cards to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day, and I hope your weekend is maybe gentle. Does that sound like a good thing to say? Gentle? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, my friends, I'm going to go rest. It's time for me to rest. I can feel my energy going, la, 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 winding down. So, yeah. I will try to do my Sunday morning coffee for sure on Sunday. It might be an audio again. It was an audio last week. And I'm going to see how I feel about channeling on Monday. If I don't channel, I will do something psychic on Monday. So we will still be able to connect. I'm going to keep my energy, my sacred personal energy, very cocooned right now. I'm just going to keep it cocooned. So if channeling feels too vulnerable, I will not do it publicly. I might do it in a small group or offer that as a small group thing, but not publicly. So links to things that you can enjoy will be in the description below once this is public. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, everyone. I hope that I've inspired your spirit and filled you with some hope and encouraged you to live your life. After all, this is your life and you get to live it. Just live it. Thanks for being here.